Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one chief rockin' Knicks universe. Your main man, Uncle Freezy. Let me change up some stuff right. Okay. Let me change up some stuff right here. I didn't expect that. Man, been too busy. Been too busy this morning. There we go. There we go. Now we rocking. Now we rocking. All right. All right. Now we rocking. Man, been talking all day, man. Maybe I'm a little chatterbox. White Falcon is in the building. What's good, White Falcon? What's happening? Man, man, seems like I've been on the internet all day. And maybe I have. Let me move that out of there and put that right there. White Falcon is in the building. So y'all listen. I've been so the rumor mill is cranking up, right? The rumor mill is cranking up, right? There are 23 days to the trade deadline. Core Mega is in the building. What's good, man? Sherwin is in the building. What's good, y'all? Peace, peace, Sherwin. Peace, bro. Dripmore is in the building. Right? There are 23 days to the NBA trade deadline. And I'm thinking it's about time for the Knicks to do something. Is it time for the Knicks to go get their Paul George type player? RC Creative in the building. RC Creative got 99 job. 99 job. RC Creative. That's my guy. Salute, salute. RC Creative, man. Y'all go check out Hybrid. I watched Hybrid last week. I like Hybrid, man. Go salute. Go check out my man RC Creative. Check out Hybrid. Kerry Cox is in the building. The legend's son is in the building. Kerry Cox is in the building. Cormega, the hip hop legend himself, King Ribby, fresh off doing new music. King Ribby is in the building. What's good? Hey y'all, so I watched the Raptors game yesterday, and well, y'all were there. Y'all were there. I got a dog outside. He begging to come. Hey, I got a dog that begs to go outside. As soon as you close the door, he begged to come back inside. Don't know how to don't know how to handle that. Right. All right. I'm live, boss. You gonna come in here and get on camera with me? Okay. There it is then. All righty then. All right. So the Knicks have a problem, man, and I don't want to. Man, listen. To borrow a phrase from JJ and maybe Keith Turner too. Maybe Keith Turner also. But this team is in purgatory. It's the drop off from the big three is bananas. The drop off from the big three is bananas, man. I mean, I ain't trying to bash nobody favorite player or none of that stuff. Really, I don't care because we all have a favorite player. We all have favorite players. We all have players that we like and dislike or whatever. Right? We all have that guy. JJ is in the building. JJ, I promise you, as soon as we do this, bro, we doing all Met stuff. I'm working on, as we speak, as I'm talking, I'm working on the thumbnail for all Met stuff because we got to talk, bro. Yo, I'm tired. I'm worn out by what the Mets are not doing. But that's a Mets conversation. We'll have that Mets conversation in due time. Right, we'll have that Mets conversation in due time. Right. Yeah, man. I went back to the. Oh, you got something for me? All right, hold on for a split second, y'all. Deliveries and all kind of stuff, man. When you work from home, man, it's the idea of working it from home when we first when it was first pitched to us, like in I guess about 2 years ago. Well, not even 2 years ago. Maybe coming up on 2 years ago. Let me say it like that. That was a grand idea. Man, you mean I get to work from home? I don't have to. All I have to do is Zoom calls and man, that was a fantastic idea at the time. Now I'm thinking like, oh boy, y'all feel me? Anybody in here slightly corporate? Anybody in here slightly corporate? Maybe do customer service work, something like that. Y'all don't understand where I'm coming from. All right, but let me get back. Harlem Girl is in the building. What's good? Hey, JJ, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that because because being lippy was one thing, but trust me, I'm gonna get to the Lisa Stansfield lady. Hey Sherwin, we hadn't heard from Coach. The only thing we heard from Coach was that he had some personal issues going on that he had to resolve, and when he get back, man, he'll be back. But I have been hearing from City for Real. City for Real, once we start doing back at night, City for Real will be through for sure. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. The Knicks need to add pieces, man. The Knicks need to add pieces. That game against Toronto yesterday was an indictment on a team that had a lack of depth. Yeah, JJ, I'm with you. No, I saw it. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. But what I want to say though, that Toronto team beat us because we left the game in the hands of the officials. And that's not what good teams do. RJ Barrett dunked on Scotty Barnes to end the game, right? He got hacked at the rim. No foul was called, right? No foul was called, but two possessions into overtime, Scotty Barnes gets an and one. RJ dunked Finished the dunk with 0.6 seconds left on the clock. He's hit on the body by one guy and across the wrist by another guy, and no foul is called. Right? The play where Scotty Barnes ran all the way across the floor and threw his shoulder into Quentin Grimes' chest in transition, that not being called is ridiculous. Adam, what's good, boss? Right? The fact that a player can sprint 50 feet knowing that he's going to sprint 50 feet to throw a shoulder in Grimes' chest and nothing is called is egregious. But you know what, though? This Knicks team is not that team no more. See, if that had happened in 1995, people would have still been fighting. But you know what? In this league, you have to earn respect. You have to earn respect in this league. Right? When Brunson got steamrolled on that egregious offensive foul, bro, that's a tech there. That's not just an offensive foul. What are you doing? What are we doing? East Blue Drew's in the building. He says salute. I hope I get to speak before him. Hey man, I hope so too. I hope it's something peaceful though. You know, the mods do the best they can, man. Peace to everybody, man. Let's just have a good time. That's what we're here for, to have a good time. Right? See, that game yesterday was so physical. But here's the thing. Even with all the physicality and blown calls and poor refereeing from Lisa Stansfield and her crew, the Knicks didn't blow out the Raptors because the Knicks aren't deep. The Knicks are not deep. Right? The Knicks aren't a deep team. And so at one point, say December, January, maybe up until yesterday, I was thinking, man, the Knicks need to just add some peripheral pieces. But now I'm thinking, bro, I'm thinking we need to maybe go get some serious reinforcements. And I don't know who the serious reinforcements is. All I know is when Tibbs staggered RJ, Randall, and Brunson, we were not very productive. We didn't pose a threat. And I don't want to be reactionary after a passionate loss. I don't. I don't want to be reactionary after a passionate loss, right? I do, however, want to ensure that I'm viewing things the right way. That's why I'm here. I'm here asking you guys, what do we do to fix the roster? Like, who do you guys feel like we should go after now? After seeing yesterday's overtime game, and listen, things happened. It was the second game of a back-to-back. The Knicks may have run out of gas, blah, blah, blah. Things happen, right? I don't want to overreact, but I don't like the Raptors. They've always been like this to us. Y'all tell me what y'all thinking. Right now, I'm talking to the chat. Y'all tell me what y'all thinking. Who should the Knicks go after at this moment? And East Blue Drew is right. We got BS by the refs. Yes, but I'm saying, if listen, if we were deep, if we were a deep team, the referee thing wouldn't even matter yesterday, in my opinion. I'm sorry about munching at the desk too, y'all, man. I've been at the desk since like 6:45, working on projects, preparing for vibes and stuff, coming up with topics from all met stuff, doing the Lawrence Tears thing, some stuff. So I'm sorry for munching, but I'm probably going to be at this desk for at least the next 6 hours. Yeah, I know how it is. Sherwin says DeAndre Hunter, Sadiq Bey, Dyson Daniels, Trey Murphy, Jeremy Grant. Those are players who will make us a better team. You know what? I agree. Now, the availability of all those players is what's really going to turn this thing one way or the other. Sherwin, I really like the DeAndre Hunter thing. I really like the DeAndre Hunter thing. The only thing, though, is you can't include Cam Reddish in that trade. You feel me? And East Blue Juice says, I feel like our bench needs the most help, but we're not using Sims or Cam, so I guess we going for OG. I don't know. I think DeAndre Hunter turns us into a super team. And so East Blue Juice says, in your right mind, would you play McBride over Cam? I like both. I think McBride in like 2 years is going to be special, like a special piece for us, but he ain't there yet. So Kerry Cox says Josh Richardson, Jordan Clarkson, Ben Mathurin, Buddy Hit. Oh wow, this list got hell Woodson or KP could. Um, that list escalated fast. I could see Josh Richardson and Jordan Clarkson. Andy's not giving up Mathurin. Period. Buddy Hield, man, if we're not playing Evan Fournier, I like Malik Beasley. I don't know what to make of Kyle Kuzma. If Kyle Kuzma comes here, what position is he going to play? What do you do with Randall? Right? I like Kuzma, but what do you do with him? See, I like the Randall at the 3 idea on offense. I like the idea of it. Do I want to see it? No. Do I like the idea of it? Yes. Occasionally, Randall being guarded by small forwards. I like the idea of it. But I think I could scheme that in. I don't have to trade for a player, right? And then at the same time, what position does Kyle Kuzma play on defense? Is he an inside banger? Is he a wing defender? A lot Wise is in the building. Peace, bro. Yeah, and then plus Tom Thibodeau will be. Hey, today Tom Thibodeau birthday. Happy birthday, Tom Thibodeau. It's January 17th, right? Ed Winning is in the building. If today is January 17th, today's Tom Thibodeau's birthday. Happy birthday, Tibbs. Tibbs is 65. And Craig says the problem is not the offense, it's not the defense, it's coming through in the clutch. And I agree. My only thing I'll push back a little bit is this. It's not the offense when Brunson and Randall are on the floor. It's not the defense when Brunson, RJ, and Randall are on the floor. It's when these dudes take a small break to go get oxygen. It's when teams come back on us. Oh. Let me tell y'all something, man. I don't care how these healthy food companies package their food. Like their cauliflower bites are amazing. No, they ain't. No, they not. No, they not. These cauliflower bites, we dip them in such and such, and we bake them at 375 degrees for 37 minutes. No, 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 no. Man, I tried the roasted baked potato. Not baked potato, but the roasted sweet potato. You know how you peel it and then you slice it into like these thin circles, and you kind of baste them in olive oil, and you put them in the oven. And on the internet, man, they look amazing, bro. Until you try them, and then you like, this is what I gotta eat in order to stay healthy. Is being healthy really even worth it? All right, all right, all right. Hey, East Blue Drew says, I'm drinking this kale ginger juice. I should put whiskey in it. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh my God. But anyway, you watch a YouTube channel and they're like, it's not about a diet, it's about a healthy lifestyle. And I'm thinking, okay, all right, we'll give it a chance. All right. So I was looking for Sherwin. I mean, not Sherwin, I'm sorry. I was looking for Paris Duggar. Is Paris Duggar in the building? I was looking for Paris Duggar because um I got a question for y'all. So the question basically goes as follows. The question basically goes as follows. So the channel is growing in weird ways. This channel, Lawrence Tears, the one you're watching right now, is growing in weird ways, and we're being noticed by a lot of people, right? We're being noticed by, well, how about this? We've always been noticed by a lot of people, thanks to y'all. We've always been noticed by a lot of people. And I'm gonna get back to the topic, but I just want to run something by y'all, right? Here's my question to y'all. I like being a small YouTube channel with no expectations, right? That's what I like. I like us coming in here chopping it up. Worldwide L is in the building. Was good. So I like being a small YouTube channel, man. We ain't like, but what it is for one reason or another, maybe many reasons, we get noticed, right? And the people that notice us kind of want us to be um a big boy channel. You feel me? Like right now, this channel is kind of like, and no disrespect to age or race or sex or anything like that, but I always felt like this channel is like recess for us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you be in the you go through all this stuff and then you get out on the playground with your homeboys and you just chop it up. You just out there talking about whatever. I always felt like it was that, right? Not that I don't take it seriously. What I'm saying is that vibe of all of us coming together and we just kicking it. We don't get too serious. We don't get too mad. It's not overly structured. Um, a lot of people come on and a lot of people rock and all that stuff, right? But in being noticed, and I'm asking y'all be real. Don't BS me. Don't BS me on this because I'm not BSing y'all. Be real, right? Hey, Worldwide L is in the building. What's good? What's good with you, Worldwide L? The feeling that or the feedback, some feedback I've been getting is, yo, Uncle Freezy, why don't you make this a big boy channel? You got people that are passionate about the channel. Why not make it a big boy channel? Why not just, you know, why do you want to be mom and pops when you can kind of franchise kind of? Why stay in um primary school, man, when you can take this to high school, be like big boys and stuff. My man, my deal is I don't want to. Man, listen, where we are right now is fine with me, right? It's fine with me. I already got other stuff going on and all of that. But in order for us to do that, in order for us to kind of take that big boy step, I have to sacrifice other things. Like I may have to, sacrifice the amount of time we put into vibes and stuff. May have to sacrifice the amount of time we put into to all met stuff and just focus on this. I don't want to do that. Right. I like the but here's the thing. The more we invest in it, the more we invest in it, so to speak. Like using the broadcast software, bringing on guests. And listen, y'all like guests because I see y'all when others have guests on their channel. When others have guests on their channel, y'all go over and y'all watch it. Not all of y'all, but a lot of y'all go over and watch it. Like the people that are in this lane, they'll have certain guests on, and y'all go over and watch it. Even if y'all don't enjoy it, y'all will be in the place to be, right? I hadn't had a guest on in over a year on purpose because I like spending this time with like E. Gibson, right, and Sherwin. And Paris Duggar, even though Paris Duggar be a rock in my shoe, right? Sometimes. So I'm asking y'all, just like, yo, would you like for me to like expand this thing and bring on guests like during the daytime and all that stuff, right? Like what East Blue Drew said. What East Blue Drew said. So check this. How would y'all feel if I was to like to reach out to like a Wally Zerbiak so he can come on and be in the chat with us? Wally Zerbiak on this screen and others on the screen with Wally, and we doing our normal Lawrence Tears thing. Or exclusive interviews with guys. How do y'all feel about that? So I love Wise says, "Hey man, just do it, right?" And Sherwin says it depends on the guest. No, I feel you. I feel you with what you're saying. But the thing about that is it's the Pandora's box. Like once you open the box, then there is no going back to being this. And so Frederick says that would be dope depending on the guest, right? But once we open Pandora's box, though, there won't be any like it can't be like going back because you gotta. T Smith is in the building. Right, right, Jimmy Henry. I feel you. The addition of new voices in whatever capacity will. Yep, yep. And shows too, and different shows, different things. Right. Rel is in the building. What's good, my guy? I watched y'all the other day, man. Y'all hilarious. That was yesterday. Was that yesterday? That was yesterday. Y'all lost to somebody. I forget. Y'all, man, y'all were hilarious. Even in defeat, y'all were hilarious, bro. Shout out to my man Rel. Shout out to my man Rel. All right. So I've been thinking about this for the last 4 to 5 months, right? The last 4 to 5 months, man, I've been offered stuff like the affiliates. I've been offered like the affiliate stuff. You know, you don't see. I hadn't made up my mind. Like you hadn't seen the affiliate stuff on the screen, the sponsorship stuff. You had. I have a really big one, a huge one, a mega one. And when I say mega, I mean mega one. And then I have the same offer from the one that everybody else is getting. You know what I'm saying? The same. I don't want to say their name, but the same one you see across everybody in this lane, right? The grooming product. I put it like that. The grooming product. I already have that offer on the table as well, right? I had that since November, and yeah. But I need to get feedback from y'all. I've been thinking about this since before Thanksgiving. Do we go big here, or do we stay in this lane? And the thing about going big, Rel's like, I know who. Yeah, yeah. I bet you do know who. I bet you do. I bet you do know who it is. Right. All right. So I wanted to throw that out there for y'all to think about it. And what I'm going to try to do by the end of this week, make a decision on which way to go. But I don't want to disrupt the apple cart. I only want whichever decision it is, whichever direction I decide to go. I don't want to disrupt the feelings of my core audience by a decision that is made without consulting with y'all. Because y'all kind of help this thing go. Y'all can help this thing go. So Kerry Cox says, stay true to your roots. Bim. And Core Omega says, channel growth is inevitable. If you're providing great content, just got to ask yourself if it's worth the added grind. Right. Well, let me tell you, I'm going to tell y'all something about Lawrence Tears, and I'm going to get back to the Knicks talk. Because y'all know this is basically y'all's channel. I'm just the mayor. I'm like the mayor of Lawrenceville, right? But the constituents run the joint, right? It does take a lot of work for me to do this. A lot of work. A lot of work. A lot more work than I thought it was going to be. So I figured if I'm doing all the work anyway, I should at least consider blowing this thing up, see how big it can get. Right? If I'm putting in that many hours, see how big we can get it. Right? But not for the sake of just blowing it up and getting it big. But who knows? If we get it big enough, maybe I'd be able to step away from my 9 to 5 to do this full time, which is not my main dream, but I just enjoy it. Right? Secondly, providing a platform that is different than what people are already seeing on a daily basis, giving fans the room for their feedback on a daily basis is something that you don't see on the internet. I don't care what show it is. Fans do not run a channel, period. And for the most part, the constituents here, I'm the mayor of Lawrenceville, basically. Right. So Andrew Collins, that's one of the ideas we're working on, right? So we had a number and we got prank called half to death. So I stopped using it. Because I don't have a producer, right? So it's like in order for me to like do the call-in thing, I'd have to have somebody on the screen with me, right? And I have to screen the call, make sure it's not a telemarketer or an idiot, right? And then, So Adam says, hey, throw your hands in the air and when Bim. Yeah. So so Pudge says charge $2 for membership. $2? Y'all think is that a good idea? Charge $2 for membership? Yeah, okay. We'll consider that. All right. Is that a flat price? Just $2. Just $2 for membership. Just change it to $2. Like no tiers, no none of that. No low, medium, high. No extra content for Joe. No, just two. I think that might be a good idea. I think that might be a good idea. I'll take that into account. Right, $2 for membership, and then that way people that can afford it and want to help contribute to the channel, to the growth of the channel, then we'll do it that way, and then that way the people that are supporting at a higher level can get a discount and all of that stuff, and then they still can support the channel. Okay. All right. I'll consider that, but y'all gotta give me a few days, a few days. You give me a few days to figure all of this stuff out, man. I'm trying to talk about the Knicks. I just wanted to throw this stuff out there because listen, man, there have been days, I ain't gonna lie to you, where I really hadn't felt like doing it. And then I come on and I see cats like Pudge Nice and Kerry Cox and everybody nudging me on and bringing that energy and Sherwin and everybody. And they like, Yo, Uncle Freezy, I know you just got finished doing a show at 4 a.m. And I know you did vibes and stuff at 8. And I know you got to put in 9 hours at work. But we need the next morning drive. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So man, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. And so just want to throw that out there just real quick. So it's one of these things, like a lot of us, like this right here is not my dream. Like being in front of the mic is not my dream. My dream is more like being a Diddy, where I could find like 3 or 4 great people and put them on and let them do it, and I just be behind the scenes. That's my dream scenario, right? Like y'all know I'm uncomfortable in front of this microphone. Y'all know. Sometimes I get here, man. I don't have. It'd be all awkward, like but whatever. But anyway, back to the Knicks. Back to the Knicks. Back to the Knicks. Back to the Knicks. With 23 days, left to the trade deadline, what is it that the Knicks want to do? Hey, and Andrew Collins, I already have offers. Some of them I declined. Some of them I'm in open dialogue with. Right? Like I have like a major offer from a product sponsor that I bet you have you have their product in your house right now. I bet you. I would be willing to bet that everybody in this chat has their product in their house right now. I'd be willing to bet. And then I have like 2 or 3 or 4 others that have made offers that you see to everybody that's in this same Knicks sports talk lane. Nah, no, of course not. Otherwise, no, not that way. I'm all man, bro. Oh, yo, nah, man. Nah, not no. You see how I got a deep eye? Nah, man, no. Yo, let me throw just real quick. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat so that we can rock a little bit about the topics and all that stuff, man. And then we can I'm gonna try to spend some time on all that stuff. I owe it. I hadn't done anything like in a week, man, and I need to get over there and do some stuff. The Mets deserve love too. This ain't a Yankees town. So with 23 days left to the trade deadline, we're gonna have to do something, man. I don't know what. I need y'all to help me figure this out. I need for y'all to talk me through it. Who do we go after that's gonna make us a contender, right? That's gonna make us a contender at the same time. At the same time, it's a realistic deal, right? It's a realistic deal. No fantasy stuff. No trade for LeBron or go get Paolo Banchero. No, nothing like that. Yo,
Yeah,
what's good?
I'm chilling, man. Chilling.
Hey, man. Sunday was my birthday, boss.
Oh, happy birthday, man. I didn't even know.
Yeah, man. That's why I ain't did nothing. I ain't do nothing Sunday, bro. Except eat. I ate like a whale Sunday, bro.
I mean, it's your day.
Yeah,
Do
man.
whatever you want to do on your day.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I need to. Yeah, man. Yo, it was it was crazy, yo. Rivera, you in your 50s yet?
Oh no, no. Not. I want to get there eventually, but not yet. Still, I'm old to people, but I'm young to y'all. I still got a lot to learn.
You Mr. Rivera already?
Yeah, I mean, I'm Mr. Rivera to 20-year-olds, but I'm not.
Yo,
I can't sit with y'all yet. And if I do, I shut up and listen.
yo. So, yeah, you got that red, white, and blue card yet? No, you ain't got it because you ain't hit. All
No,
right,
no.
all right. So I had to talk with the old timer Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and what he said was this. And while I don't agree, I understand. He's a Celtics fan now,
Oh
right?
God.
He said, package RJ, Randall, and Brunson and go get a megastar, and then other stars will want to come.
So you mean it Tatum?
Nah, he's like, nah, he ain't giving up Tatum. He ain't giving up Brown
You
either.
mean just he talking about from a Celtics perspective? Just
No, from a
try.
Knicks perspective, he said the Knicks won't be. He's like, y'all stuck where y'all at. He
Oh, I see
basically
what you
he
mean.
said
I
y'all
know what you
stuck where
mean.
y'all at because even if y'all trade for somebody at the deadline, it's not going to make y'all important.
And I don't think that's true. I think that something got to change because you could clearly see we don't have that bucket getter at that last 2 minutes of the game because it seems as though nobody could score. But I see what he means. But then who's that player gonna play with? Unless because what if somebody say, "Nah, I don't want to come to the Knicks," then who you gonna play with? But I mean,
Right.
I don't know what to say because like New York is a place where not many players want to play. No matter who you are, you could be the best player in the world, but when some lights show up in New York and you playing for New York versus the opposing team, can you do it?
Right.
It's not the
Right.
same. You can give me 50. You can give me 50 playing for the Portland Trailblazers, but can you do it in the New York Knicks jersey?
Right. So his strategy was this. Go get you and Anthony Davis and a Damian Lillard, right? And what it
Hmm.
does is it starts you on the path to opening the door that stars are gonna want to come. Basically, he said, "Man, look, trade Randall and RJ and Brunson, or Randall and RJ and something for Anthony Davis, and then trade Brunson and all those a bunch of picks for Lillard." And he said, "I promise you, if you get Lillard and Anthony Davis, I promise you, Bradley Beal or Zach LaVine will want to come." Right.
Hmm.
And I was like, but what does that get you? I was like, that gives you three good players, all of them fragile. He was like, well, how good is your big three right now?
Solid.
And where's that big three going?
We don't know because it's the first time they've been together.
I know.
I mean, it's funny because what is Anthony Davis? He's just a name.
Is he better than Randall?
In the beginning of the season, yeah. Overall career, yeah. But can I rely on him? No. Can I rely on Randall to play every single day? Yep.
Yeah.
The same with Damian Lillard. Obviously, Brunson is not as good as Damian Lillard, but he gonna play.
And so here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Now, I'm not saying this is my approach.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying that I like the idea. What it is somebody has an opinion and I respect it.
Yep.
Right? Would a team of now, mind you, you're not going to have a whole bunch of draft picks left, right?
Hmm.
Would a team of Damian Lillard, Anthony Davis, and either or Zach LaVine or Bradley Beal make you better than what you are right now?
Because are we doing hypotheticals?
Yeah, it's because
All right, so all healthy, full season, 100%.
right.
But obviously, with their track history, it might be the same way. Because look at the Clippers; they got Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, and they still be in like the middle of the pack as far not in the West, but just in that top 8. So, and they don't really get any further than probably what the second round. And if they did make the Western Conference Finals, it was probably one time. And how many games Kawhi and PG played together? So it'll be always one or two missing. I don't know.
Right.
They may be the same place where we at right now. We number 6.
But here's the thing. Here's the point that's being missed to the whole thing.
So
The gateway. The gateway. When you get AD, when you get Dame Lillard, when you get Booker, Levine, or Beal,
hmm
it shows the rest of the league that you're serious about winning championships.
I mean, I see your first point. It's just the fact of,
Are you? Because think about this. Are you serious about winning the championship with RJ Barrett as your third player?
I mean, he's putting up third player stats. If you think about it, he putting up third player stats. Getting 20 from a third player is actually a great thing.
Right.
And as a third player, if say Levine is a third player, right? He probably put the same amount of stats up because there's only one ball. And Dame gonna get his, AD gonna get his, which means
Yep.
the rest goes to somebody.
Right. Right. And so Danny Thomas, thank you for the generous contribution. Danny Thomas says, "Would you trade for DeRozan? And what do you think it would get? And what do you think it would get or cost to get him?"
Okay.
I think we can go Fournier, Cam, Deuce, and 2 second-round picks for DeRozan and Kobe White. It would help match salaries. Hey, listen, if that's what you're giving up to get DeMar DeRozan, do it.
Well, yeah, that word.
Do
If
it.
that's what you're gonna give up.
For DeRozan, do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. Do it. Right. But here's the thing though. Here's the thing, Mr. Rivera, where I understand where you're going, but I want to point out another just thing real quick. RJ Barrett is getting those points on a lot of shots.
Yeah.
On a lot of shots. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine Zach LaVine getting an unlimited amount of shots by being the third wheel behind Lillard and AD.
I mean, that's a great team. I mean, it's a superstar team. It's just the simple fact of reliability on all three.
But the thing is, reliability doesn't mean being reliable when you show up. It means being reliable all the time. Just because you stay healthy, don't mean you're more productive.
Yeah, but being the best ability is availability. It doesn't matter if you have a bad game, you was there.
Yeah, that's what people say when they don't have a star.
Yeah,
The
that's
best
true.
ability is availability. That's what you say when you got ham sandwiches.
Yeah, but
The best meal is the one that you got. Yeah.
until you
You
get
can
some
depend on ham
until
sandwiches. They come in clutch.
you get some steak and lobster, and you be like,
Yeah.
nah, this is a real meal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then again, it's like we don't we some either some players some Knicks fans overvalue their players or some Knicks fans undervalue their players,
Okay.
not appreciative of what they do. And and this season shown me that like we got we got 2 stars. Like is Randall as much of a star as Zach Levine? I would say yes. And because Zach Levine is not a superstar, he's borderline. He's all-star player, but he ain't no superstar. And you could put you could put Julius Randle in that same category. And you can put Brunson in the same category as Zach LaVine.
But the key is not Zach LaVine being
Oh,
the
it's
savior.
Anthony Davis
The
and
key
Damian
is
Lillard.
Zach LaVine and Damian Lillard in a backcourt.
It's just I would do it, but then I would hesitate to do it because it just because if it don't work, then what? But if it do work, then you look like geniuses.
Yeah, the thing is all the good teams. Look, for instance, the Spurs could talk trash to us over the years. You know why?
Because they got championships.
And because they got megastars. They had megastars. They had the number one pick twice with David Robinson and Tim Duncan. They had Kawhi Leonard. They had Tony Parker. They had Pop. They had a bunch of dudes that were really good players. The Miami Heat fans could talk trash to us, right? Because at one time they had Alonzo Mourning, Shaquille O'Neal, Gary Payton, um,
Dwayne
Jason
Wade.
Williams, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Chris Bosh,
They
Ray
didn't have
Allen,
Antoine Walker on that same squad.
Antoine Walker, right? And see, the Knicks can't say nothing because during those periods, the Knicks had David Lee,
That's what I'm
Zach
watching.
Randolph. You see where I'm going with it?
Mm-hmm. Jamal Crawford, Quinn Richardson.
Yeah. And I understand what people are saying. Like, for one, that backcourt might not stay healthy, and two, they'll probably give up a ton of points. But here's point number 3: star power. Right? What you don't want to do is think that somebody is gonna magically see Randall out there hustling and Brunson out there hustling and gonna be like, yo, I'm the missing piece. It don't happen like that, bro. This is real life.
Now I understand, but would you consider Brunson headed towards that star power player?
Um, yes,
Considering he's never had a team of his own where he can flex his skill and show what he could do on his own.
yes.
Because in my opinion, I see Brunson headed toward not like a obviously Damian Lillard caliber player. That he's just different. But Brunson can really turn into a star with his own team, as we see.
I'm not disputing that. I think Jalen Brunson is a star right now. I think Jalen Brunson is 1/3 of a big three right now.
Exactly.
Right?
So that's why I just don't- that's why I'm hesitant because like I'm letting it cook like as far as especially with Brunson. It's just like you just let it cook because you just never know. I mean, we want the star that's a star already. We don't want it. We hungry now. So like while I'm sitting here waiting for mommy to cook my food and I'm hungry right now, throw something in the microwave real quick. I'll eat it.
Right.
So it's it's just a different situation right now. I
Right.
mean, we got to succeed without it.
And even Amber Seven says the Heat weren't contenders. They got Jimmy Butler and they right there. The thing I'm saying about the Miami thing though is before before Jimmy Butler got there, see, Miami wasn't nobody. I've been an NBA fan for a long time. The Miami Heat were nobodies until they became somebody, right? The Miami Heat was nobody. The Miami Heat was like the Orlando Magic, right? Until they got Shaq and D Wade and Jason Williams and Gary Payton, and they put together a championship team. And it opened, and it was a gateway. It put them on the map to let teams around the league know that the Miami Heat are only serious about winning championships, right? But
Hmm.
right now, if you go around the league and ask people, are the Knicks serious about winning championships? They're like, I don't know. That Jalen Brunson piece was impressive. Julius Randle is playing pretty good. I like Grimes and RJ on most nights, but they can't say with conviction that the Knicks are all about winning championships.
Well, what if they do that? Like, you see how like they said that Bradley Beal and Zach LaVine lifted their no trade clause, right?
Right.
Now, what if they put a package together and get one of them? Would you? And somebody asks you the same question, what would your answer be? Would be yes, right? With the same between RJ is gonna go in that trade, 100%. That's the key. Him or Grimes.
Well,
So
yo, I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I'm not a fan of the replace Grimes thing.
yeah, but they're gonna ask them. It doesn't matter what we're a fan of. The other opposing team that you're trading with, they're gonna ask for one of those two players because those are the best, or IQ. One of those three players or a combination of two will be in that trade.
Right.
So it's just we got to give something up to get something. So then if you get one of those players and they ask you the same question with Brunson, Beal, or Randall, or Levine, or Randall, right? Would that be a yes? Would your answer be yes?
It depends on. So if I get Zach Levine, right, I'm getting Zach Levine, a younger player. I would prefer Zach Levine over Bradley Beal,
Hmm.
right? Now, Bradley Beal coming here is going to be your alpha off rip. Zach Levine coming here is going to probably be the alpha, the easy bucket getter,
Yeah.
but but it still might be Jalen Brunson's team. If Jalen Brunson is here and Bradley Beal is here, it's still Bradley Beal team. Jalen Brunson can say what he want to say.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Now, I didn't want to go down the hypothetical road. I just wanted to introduce like something what somebody told me. He was like, "You do a Knicks show, right?" Yeah, I do a Knicks show
Yeah.
every day. He's like, "Yeah, man, y'all ain't gonna never do nothing unless y'all get y'all a real star." And I was like, "What you mean a real star?" Randall made the All Star team. He's like, "Yeah." So did Cedric Sabalos.
Yeah. So solidify a star. That's there
Yeah,
every year.
yeah. And so from the outside looking in, from the people that I talk with, I'm like Jalen Brunson is the first time the Knicks had a real point guard in a long time. And he was like, "So what's that tell you?"
Exactly. I mean, to be honest, I'm be honest with you, and somebody like the chat gonna eat me alive. Pause. They're gonna say something crazy, but 15 years ago, if we got Brunson and he playing the way exactly how he playing, he'll be in the MVP talks. Just the way the team has turned around, he'll be in the MVP talks 15 years ago.
Okay.
Just based upon his play, his leadership, the way we're winning, except for yesterday, and especially also because the team sucked for so long. So he would definitely be in the MVP talks 15 years ago, and then that would make him a solidified star.
Right.
But you know,
Um, I don't know how I feel about training Randall Brunson and RJ. I don't feel comfortable doing that with trading either
yeah, because the
any
chemistry.
any of those pieces, right? But I do understand if you want Devin Booker, somebody's got to go.
Yeah, you're talking
Is
about it.
Devin Booker a star?
Yeah, I think he's a
Ch-
star, but I don't think he's a. He's not a. In my opinion, the media makes him a superstar, but I think he's just a star.
Chat. Do y'all believe Jalen Devin Booker is a star?
He's 100% a star, 100% a star.
Okay.
So if we're doing that replacement thing, then obviously replacing one of the two or both of them with Devin Booker is is quite fine with me.
Okay.
Preferably RJ, and RJ is my guy. But then because then you're losing, a lot of defense replacing Grimes with Booker. Even though Booker's a decent defender, but Grimes is a great defender, so it's a little hard. So I would much rather keep Grimes where he can just defend the wing and then let Booker cook off and have all the energy in the world to cook.
Right. Right.
Somebody, AJ Buddha said 71 points superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, of
Yeah.
course. But but
Nah, man, I don't dispute none of that stuff, bro. What I'm saying is we finally we finally get away from the Noah Vonleys
yeah,
and the Alexei Sveds and the
yeah,
Frank Ntilikina's and the Kevin Knoxes. And we finally put together a big three, right?
mm-hmm,
Right. And my man tells me, Big Mike tells me, all right, so Big Mike is there, he a Celtics fan.
mm-hmm,
Lil Mike is there, he a Sixers fan, right?
mm-hmm.
So you already know where I'm going. Big Mike says trade everything you got for a star. Lil Mike, the Sixers fan, tells me just straight up. Lil Mike tells me straight up, and you know how people talk, bro. You've been talking to dude in the streets.
Yeah,
You know how dudes talk.
yeah.
Lil Mike says, "Man, y'all trash anyway. Just go in the draft and get y'all, man. Y'all need to be tanking right now. Julius Randle ain't taking y'all nowhere.
Hmm.
Jalen Brunson ain't no point guard. Yo, y'all need to be in the draft right now." And I'm like, how are we gonna be in the draft right now? The season going on. Shut up, Uncle Freezy. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all need to be in the draft right now, trying to find y'all a star, because don't nobody want to play in New York. So Big Mike is telling me we should trade everybody for a star.
Lil Mike saying to just lose out to get
Yeah,
us up.
yeah.
That's
And Lil
funny.
Mike stupid, and Lil Mike he make me man. Lil Mike make me mad.
I would say to Little Mike, man, listen, you got one series away for MB saying trade me.
Right, but you
What?
can't tell him nothing. You know why?
Because they got him.
Because they got Embiid out of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
They got Ben Simmons out of the draft. They got
Tyrese
Andre
Maxey.
Iguodala. They
Mm-hmm.
got Andre Iguodala out of the draft. They got Vucevic out of the draft. They got Lou Williams out of the draft. Jeremy Grant out of the draft.
Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson out of the draft. Maurice Harkless out of the draft.
Yeah, I can't. How
Nerlens Noel out of the draft.
how many Knicks greats can you say came out of the draft?
Right. Right. Lil Mike might be right, but what Lil Mike don't understand is every team front office is not built the same.
Nope.
Because for what Lil Mike said, Lil Mike them had uh the number 3 pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the 2015 draft. They could have drafted Porzingis, but they drafted Jaleel Okafor.
Yep.
Right? They had the number 1 pick in the draft. They traded it to Boston.
And they could have had Jason Tatum, but they
They could
picked
have had
Marcel
Jason Tatum.
Fultz.
Yeah. They could have had Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, all them guys, bro.
And they would have been won a championship.
They'd have been won a chip, right? You're not gonna get everything right with the draft, bro.
No, you're not.
You're just not.
No, you're
You're just
not.
not gonna
Not
get
at all.
everything right. Right? And then you're not gonna get everything right with a superstar because here's the thing. If you package all your resources and go get a star, are we gonna do the Carmelo Anthony years all over again?
That's 100% what's going to happen. That is exactly what's going to happen. Why? Because we don't have nothing to play with. What are you going to do? He's going to shoot 100 shots a game, get triple team, and then pass it to the Noah Vondays?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the way we building it is technically correct. Like, it's piece by piece by piece.
Right.
We needed a point guard badly. We went and got the point guard. Now we see that we need
And,
surrounding
and
pieces.
and quite frankly, our power forward situation may have been the worst in NBA history.
Hmm
right? Think about before Randall. Think about what power forward the Knicks had that could average 23, 24 a game. A power forward,
Power forward. KP would have been,
but he didn't.
he didn't, so he don't count. So we didn't have
Charles
one.
Oakley probably could have if he shot the ball more, but he didn't.
See,
Anthony Mason, maybe if he was not coming off the bench, maybe, but he didn't.
exactly. So, then we had like you said, Noah Vonleh. We had
Michael Beasley.
Michael. We had
We
Mike
had Quincy
Sweeney.
AC.
Mike Sweeney. We had Mike Sweeney,
We had Derek Williams.
who was a number 2 pick.
Yep. Quincy AC. We had Zach Randolph. We had
I would
David
say
Luke.
that's where it stops right there. Zach Randolph was the only one that could. He didn't. He played all right, but the team was dysfunctional at that point, so it didn't matter.
Right. Yeah, man. So it's one of them things, man, where it's like, I think the Knicks got it right by finally getting Randall. Now, a lot of people don't like Randall, but I'm saying take Julius Randle's name off it and just look at his production. What he's done as a power forward for the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
He might be one of the greatest power forwards the Knicks ever had. If you look at production.
Yeah, but opinion-wise, they're gonna say no because of this and this and that. But if you stick Julius Randle's numbers in those '90s teams, everybody's opinion would change because he's a bully. He's this. He's hot-headed. That's what everybody liked back then.
Right.
And he'll be, oh, you can never say nothing bad about Julius Randle. But since this era,
it's soft.
It's soft. This league is not like that.
Did you see what Scotty Barnes did to Grimes yesterday?
Oh, well, he pointed out and told him that he wasn't him. Yeah.
No. I'm talking about when he ran down the court and threw his shoulder in Grimes' chest, and Grimes looked at the ref, and the ref walked away.
Oh. I didn't see that, but it was a lot of calls.
It was a lot of that yesterday, bro. It was a lot of it. Them fake screens, you jumping into people. And when you go back and watch the game, it's a half court set. It's a half court set. Right? Hold on, boss. Hold on. Rivera, I forgot. Did I make an intro for you?
I don't remember.
I gotta do an intro for you, bro. Sitting at home, taking one to the dome, going outside, right, sitting on chrome. Trey, what's good?
I'm chilling.
What's good,
up? What's up, Kendall? What up, Freezy?
What up, bro?
I'm chilling.
Yeah, man.
I wanted to chime in on something real quick. Scott Foster had money on that game. You can't tell me anything otherwise.
Bro, I'm telling you.
That was horrific officiating.
Yeah, the Lisa Stansfield chick, man. Come on.
But at any point, like the whole pointing thing that Kendall mentioned, how is that not a tech?
Yes.
That's an automatic tech. You cannot literally point in someone's face in front of a referee and nothing happens.
Right.
Even if you're jawing, you can't taunt like that.
Yes, it's called taunting. It's the Rondo rule. You remember they made the Rondo rule where he was pointing at Chris Paul's face in the playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they kept
right.
checking him up. They was like checking up Rondo. He was like, "Yo, I'm just pointing at him." He's like, "Nah, this is a taunting rule."
It's. I'm not even gonna be that mad about the loss, to be absolutely honest, because if you look up the schedule, it's actually ridiculous. We had a back-to-back where we traveled and we did a matinee.
Right. Right.
while guys are playing 40 minutes, 3, 4 guys playing 40 minutes back-to-back nights or back-to-back afternoons.
Right.
It's with travel, like it's kind of
It's
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
And
But they
that's where I
said,
think. What's up, guys? How we doing?
What's up,
"What's
boss?
up,
What's
though,
up?
Joe?"
No, that's why I think that's why they really need to look at.
Joe Madden. My bad, Joe. I just had
No, all good, my man, all good. No, but see, like that's why I feel it's like we're gonna have like these guys are playing over 40 minutes every night, and even on back-to-backs is because Tibbs doesn't trust the bottom of this rotation.
Nope.
Like when you're putting McBride and Ihart out there, it's basically playing with 3 guys. Because I think both of them are McBride is nothing to me in he shouldn't be in any other team's rotation, and neither is Ihart. The two liabilities. Like McBride at least brings you the perimeter defense, but that's not enough for him to be on an NBA court. He needs to bring you
Consistent.
more.
No.
So we need at least like when we're talking about trades and stuff coming up to the trade deadline. That doesn't mean it needs to be no big move unless if there's something we can't pass on like a star, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So I think we need to make some sort of move to add 1 or 2 rotation guys to this rotation, especially defensively, and got like 2, 3 and D guys that can at least get
Who
them
you want, Joe?
our minutes guys, like our minutes
Who you
guy
want? Who
down,
you
you
want?
know.
Who you want?
I'm looking out there. I see Eric Gordon possibly out there could add some scoring to the bench.
Yeah, he a
There's
starter, right?
he's
Oh,
starting.
he
I think.
starts over there, but he's been coming off the bench for decent teams for a while. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's starting for the Rockets too. So
Rockets are
And then
awful.
he came off the
Steven
bench for the
Silas is about
Rockets
to get
before
fired,
then.
bro.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. You watch
Yeah.
a Rockets game, they have like no direction offense. These guys taking isolations like over and over.
Right.
they're used to that over there. They had James Harden for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Their whole
But
everything is about that.
Yeah. They
like
need
I
a
read
point
an
guard.
article. I read an article earlier today from Sham Charania regarding
Okay.
the trade deadline, and
Okay.
the Spurs are going to trade, or they're looking to trade Jakob Poeltl and Josh Richardson and Doug
Yep.
McDermott, and they're sure to receive interest ahead of the deadline.
And we could use all 3 of them.
Yeah, we need a backup big. We need two wings that are long that can shoot.
We'll do a 3-3 and throw them a first.
Mhm.
Yo, yeah. Here's McBride, Ihart, Cam, and a protected first.
And
You
for,
give me them three.
you gotta give them Fournier. You gotta do French connection. You gotta do something like
Word.
Now
Fournier.
we need to throw in another pick. If we're giving them Ihart and Fournier, they're going to be like, "Oh, you got to give me 2 more picks then."
No, God.
And in the article, he also mentions the Spurs, the Hornets are an organization. I'm quoting. Charlotte Hornets are an organization that many across the league are keeping an eye on as a potential seller at the trade deadline. Airs.
Yeah.
Guard
They
Terry
definitely get rid of him.
Rozier, Mason Plumlee, and forwards Jalen McDaniels and Kelly Oubre
They
are among
trading
the players
McDaniels?
expected.
I take McDaniels.
I
I'm not
would
even
do
gonna
him for
lie to
Obi
you.
right now.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would take Mason Plumlee off the bench over Isaiah Hartenstein.
I would take him over. I would do a swap of Obi for McDaniels right now
Yup.
to help
Ooh,
for both of them help their career.
okay. I mean,
100%.
yeah, because Obi would be playing with a not pass. He's an offensive juggernaut that loves transition, as far as LaMelo, and they would be in transition, and he's basically the pick and roll big that LaMelo likes or would
And
want.
LaMelo needs.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not even gonna say nothing about Charlotte because they about to take over the league. They are smart.
Yeah,
I'm looking in the chat. Shy need to let go of that Donovan Mitchell dream, my boy. It's over.
Yeah, but it's not
It's,
happening.
it's over. 7
2020,
picks. Yeah. I mean,
2025.
it's over. It's over for now via trade, but he might be an unrestricted free agent, which would
Oh,
probably be the
what you
most.
thinking? The Cavs are going to trade him now after giving up everything for him. They're going to be like,
Right.
"Oh, you know what? We're going to trade," especially when was it their 5th?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fourth, fifth.
and they're nowhere near their ceiling. They're still figuring out the kinks at
They
this
still
point.
figuring it out, bro. They don't
They
even
got
know what to do with number 35 yet.
they got two. Who's
Isaac
number
Okoro.
35?
They don't even know what to do with
Oh,
Okoro
and
yet.
he's done. I don't see them keeping him. Unfortunately,
Yeah, the
I
funny
think
thing is, wasn't he
they're
supposed to
gonna
be
go ahead, Freezy.
wasn't he supposed to be like Anthony Edwards before we saw Anthony Edwards? Like a
He
6'5", 230 wing
This,
playing
what
athlete.
what 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 they thought, like they thought maybe he would turn into Iggy Iguodala,
Yeah.
Oh,
that type of player. But his offense, like his playmaking, never came along. He just became like an athlete that can play defense. That's about it.
yeah, yeah,
and that's they thought we were going to take. It was a possibility, and 8 for because they thought Obi would have gone to Cleveland, he would have fell to us, and it was the other way around. But like the thing with him
Mm.
is like he great
Hey
athleticism.
Rivera, you cracking? Hey Rivera, you got headphones on?
Oh, nah, my bad, my bad. I'm gonna mute it.
All right.
It just his shooting was never there. He was shooting like 20% in college from three,
Yeah,
and wasn't finished. Like he could get to the hoop, and he played defense, and it's the same thing now in what year three.
yeah.
But
You know what
I
they
do.
thought?
Year four? Yeah, yeah, year three, year three.
You
You're
know
right,
what they
Joe.
thought,
Go
Joe
ahead.
Madden? They thought maybe he could have that sort of Jalen Brown ascension, where Jalen Brown was like the 6'5", 6'6" hyper athletic guard that couldn't really shoot, but could get to the rim at will and play some defense. And
His
he never
comparison
really
in college was
developed that.
Kawhi. They thought if with a couple of years of development he could have been Kawhi because the
Yeah,
defense was that good, but the offense just never come around. I don't think it'll come around unless he goes somewhere else and it goes to a bad team and gets the ball a lot where he can get a chance to develop. But on that team, he's not gonna work.
He had the chance on a bad team to,
Yeah.
to get the ball a lot.
he
They're
had
not
his
bad
chance.
anymore.
Yeah,
Yo,
And
all them teams in that draft, when you look back at that draft, like Killian Hayes, Obi, Okoro, all of them were taken before Halliburton,
yeah,
and all them teams needed Halliburton.
yeah.
man, we really
I remember
screwed
we
that up.
laughed about Halliburton. We thought he was going to be the bust of all of them because that broken jump shot. Well, that broken jump shot's still there, and he's hitting them.
Yep.
It's unconventional, but it works. Like
Yeah.
Kevin Martin, that type
Yeah.
of jumper where he just flicks it up. It's like he
Yeah.
shoots 40% from three. At some point, it's undeniable with him.
Like, would you guys consider trading Obi and getting a pick back or two rotation players that we could really use?
Yes.
Like two wings, like
I
Yes.
one
would I
younger,
would
one
do
or
it. I would do it because as long as well, Julius Randle ain't going nowhere, so
no, no,
No.
right now,
it's
no.
kind of purposeless to pay. What are we paying Obi? $8 million or something right now? Paying him like
Yeah,
eight
that
million
first round pick
dollars.
money.
Yeah, but early first round pick money. We're paying $8 million to be a backup, basically situational power forward.
Right.
And that was the problem drafting him. We were like, unless they do move Randall, it was like we knew the first year anyway he was going to be stuck behind Randall, and then Randall had that breakout season, and ever since was like, okay, what are we doing with Obi now?
Right. Right. And then the
Yes.
thing about Obi is not that we're not patient with him. It's the fact that Obi will be 24 in March.
Yeah, he should be entering his prime.
Yes.
24? I thought he was already 24.
Is he already 24?
I think
I
he's
think he's already
25 in
20.
March. Obi's 25
He's
in March, I think.
turning 25.
God. What? Let me
Yeah, he
double
turns
check. Let me
25 in March the
let
4th.
me
He
I
turns
gotta
25.
double check, bro. I gotta see this with my own eyes, man. Yo, get out of here. Are you serious?
Yep.
He is
Yep.
24 years old.
We're kind of wasting time at this point.
Yeah. You know what I would offer? I would offer Obi Toppin, Golden State for Moses Moody.
Is that
And it's
again?
a
Uh,
For who?
Moses Moody.
would they
Ooh.
move Moses Mooney now? I know he's not having the best year, but I don't know. Would
No.
they move him?
Yeah, they would. Yeah. I think
But
all those dudes that they drafted are gonna be busts. All of them.
all of
All of them.
them?
Kaminga, he
Yep.
ain't looking
Kuminga
great
has the
either.
talent and he has the flashes, but he won't necessarily get the 30
He don't
minutes a night in order to develop
because
on the court.
he don't have basketball IQ, bro. The
Well,
difference between him and Scotty Barnes is basketball IQ. One dude can think the game, and the other dude, you have to tell him what to do.
I think Kaminga has a chance because I think Draymond Green is up out of there. They ain't gonna pay him, and there unless they go out and then they go out and trade for somebody to come in and replace him, which I wouldn't be surprised they do to try and milk every little bit last second at a Steph Curry's prime and try and get another chip. But I
Joe,
think Draymond's out of there, so that could be their idea as Kaminga being his replacement at the four.
I'm gonna tell you, his replacement is the dude in Columbia, South Carolina now that we be watching go play. A dude named G.G. Jackson, bro. Golden State is not making the playoffs this year. I'm sorry for those that think the Warriors are any good. I apologize to Warriors fans
It's
because
hard to be four and
Warriors
like
fans.
17 on the road. That's terrible.
Yeah, so the Warriors are 22-22 right now, right? All right, so they may make the playoffs, right? But okay, so Phoenix ain't gonna do nothing, and
Phoenix is falling out.
Minnesota
The
ain't gonna do nothing, and Utah, yeah,
West
so
is
they might make the
jumbled up
playoffs.
right now. Yeah,
They
they might
might.
make the
Golden
play
State
in
might mess around and be the 5 seed. My bad, y'all. Golden State might mess around and be the 4 seed. Sacramento is ahead of them.
because you're so used to the West being actually decent.
Yeah,
It,
yeah,
it's really top heavy at the moment.
See, that's the problem is with teams selling and stuff. It's we got to look at when we're bringing in rotation players or players to add to what we need. They're all going to be teams from the bottom teams to tanking, like the Charlottes, the Detroits, because all these middle
Spurs.
these teams right now that are hovering 500. There's like a 3 or 4 game difference between third or fourth in the West to 10th
to do
or
10th. Yeah,
11th.
yeah. You're right, Joe.
If
You're right.
if we were to beat the Raptors, we would have made them even like inch even closer to selling everything off
To blowing it
because
out.
they're
Yeah,
because they're in because we know Masai Ujiri is anti-purgatory,
yeah,
so he will trade Pascal if he sees the right deal with Fred VanVleet. Everyone
Yeah,
can go except for Scotty Barnes basically on that team.
they
I,
kind
I,
of blew it up, kind of to then have a run at Cade Cunningham, and then that's where they end up with Scotty because remember they had the fourth pick.
right.
Right. They were in Tampa that year and they were like, why are we playing Fred VanVleet all these minutes to Pascal? Y'all
Yeah, they
can sit
benched
out these
everybody.
last 20 or so games. And then
Yeah,
they bottomed out from like 14th odds to like 7th or something like that. Then they jumped up
yeah.
even further.
But what are they going to get for Pascal? Because like I like Pascal and I would take him, but the thing is, then you move in Julius, and right now it's the two of them
They,
are so even.
yeah,
It's a lateral move.
they're
Um,
both power forwards, man. So it's
see,
Yeah, I
but
well,
would put
well, we have
Pascal
to,
Pascal plays center for them, though.
but
I
that's
know where they
them.
are.
Yeah,
That's
he plays center
them.
for them.
You think
Yeah,
Tibbs is gonna run them at center? Tibbs would rather run one of them at the 3 than to not have Mitch
Randall,
out there.
Randall at the
Yeah,
3.
or Pascal. I think Pascal's more physically
I think
able to guard
Pascal,
threes.
yeah, he'd be more suitor because he's a little bit skinnier and
He's
quicker.
gangly though. He's gangly, but he's not twitchy, and it's a
Right.
difference. Like Paul George and Kawhi are twitchy small forwards, right? I think Randall is more twitchy, though Siakam is more gangly and athletic. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, I don't think Randall is explosive. Like, Randall's not going to jump out of a gym, but Randall will hit you with the hezzy and go to the rim and dunk on your big man. You know what I'm saying? He does have like some pop. I don't know. I don't know.
He's
I
not
just
super explosive. He's just a solid athlete. That's about it. But I don't like when I say like when we talk about coaching philosophies and stuff like that, Tibbs is not. You see how hesitant Tibbs is to actually try lineups where we're super small or
yeah.
anything like that. Yeah, so he is not gonna try to trot out a lineup for 25 minutes a night where we don't have a traditional center out there.
Right. But what does that give you?
What do you
Ultimately,
mean?
it's because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Ultimately, right? Ultimately, you have to weigh it. Would
Right.
you want more rim protection or better perimeter offense?
It
Right now, our perimeter offense is offensive.
stinks. It
Yes,
smells.
and our rim protection without Mitch,
It does not exist. Or
right?
rebounding. As soon as
Oh
Mitch comes out the
yeah,
game, teams just pack the paint and destroy
yeah.
us.
They
And
just
it's it's
yeah, man.
it's
I
actually
mean, I.
sad.
I'm sorry.
It's actually sad. I had like high hopes for the Harnstein signing, but it's just so disappointing.
Would you consider trading Obi for Mo Bamba?
I would consider it, but you have to take into like again, you think Tibbs has the patience to for Mo Bamba? Like
Well, but
Mo Bamba when he gets blocks, it's because of his length and like agility and ability to get to spots. But he's
right, right,
also like aloof defensively a lot. He
right,
will make the wrong decision as far as rotations. He also fouls a lot, giving more minutes. Like he fouls. Like
right. He's
a
not a
lot of the
starter,
things we, yeah, like a lot of the thing. Like he's not a starter, absolutely. Because like a lot of the things that we got on Mitch about as far as fouling his first few years, Mobamba still does, which is why
right,
he doesn't start down there.
right, right. But he does do two things that the Knicks desperately need. He is
What's
a
that?
quality big off the bench defensively,
Hmm.
right? So if he gets in foul trouble, so what? He the backup big,
Right.
right? Offensively, he stretches the floor. If
You
we
have to
get
at
Mo
least
Bamba,
respect his jumper.
yeah, yeah, you'll have to respect it now. And when I say stretch the floor, I'm not talking about like Davis Bertans, right? I'm talking about with him on the floor, you have driving lanes now. Miles McBride looks better because he can go to the lane and he faces the weak side shot blocker as opposed to the main guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same
And
thing
he
with
can,
Quickly.
he can, because the way if you've noticed the last few games, where we're going to situationally, we're going to Randall at the five just to generate open spacing and closing
Right,
moments of games.
right.
And we kind of would, I would like to have that sort of scenario of a 5 out offense at times or over the course of the game instead of the final 3 or 4 possessions of a game
Right.
where we're trying to like generate an open look for Brunson or
You know what
Randall.
I that's an excellent point. You know what I would prefer to go with that thing that you just said?
Right.
Some zone defense when the starters go to the bench.
Zone defense?
Yeah, can
I
you imagine if we just zoned up against Toronto and forced Scotty Barnes, OG Ananobi, Pascal Siakam, and Gary Trent to shoot 3 pointers?
the, the I don't have how much zone have we ever ran with Tibbs here?
No, I understand. I understand that
No,
point.
no, no,
That's why
no,
I'm
no.
asking the
That
question.
was a real question. Like I'm trying to like recall. Like I'm not anti it. I want to. I would like to see that just to switch it up. Every team switches it up for the most part. All the elite coaches or good coaches, like you look at Spo. Spo will see something's not working, and let me switch it up to the zone for maybe 4 or 5 possessions in a row, just to
But
jump
you
the
have to
game
have
up.
high IQ dedicated players to do that, bro.
Yeah,
And Spo ain't afraid to bench nobody except Jimmy Butler.
and even then he'll bench him, and Jimmy will throw.
Pout. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like it's a dual edged sword with Tibbs because Tibbs's rigidity and like unwillingness to change or like structure can help a team. It'll raise a team's floor on defense for sure. But as far as like sealing and like generating steals and turnovers and splash plays, we kind of see us. We almost like play. It's funny. It's like we almost play a prevent, ironically, even though it's not a zone, we kind of play to stop people from doing what they want instead of playing to generate a ton of steals and blocks outside of Mitch. Like we don't really generate as many steals as we should compared to our contemporaries. Like the Raptors had 8 steals and more blocks than us last game, and they didn't really run a 7-footer on the court
No,
the entire game.
because the
And then,
Everybody in that team is long. Everybody
right,
that
they're
team
long.
except Van Lead.
right, and because they use that length to gain rebound. Like yesterday, the Knicks were 9 for 31 from three, right? So that means the Knicks missed 22 3-pointers, right? Say we split that miss total in half and give half to us and half to the Raptors in transition, right? That means 11 times the Toronto Raptors got into transition off of long rebounds. The other
And then
thing
they
too,
got in transition. Yep,
yeah.
they got in transition off of
and
it.
and here's the other thing too, Dre. I want to point out, right? Like people thought the Raptors absolutely killed us yesterday. Pascal Siakam was 7 for 19, 8 rebounds, 9 assists.
It was
OG
Van Vliet that
Anunoby
was
was 3
carrying
for
them.
10. Yeah, he was 6 or 7 from the free throw line. OG Anunoby was 3 of 10, 2 for 7 from 3, 10 points. Scotty Barnes was 8 of 16, 1 of 2 from 3, 9 of 13 from the free throw line. Fred Van Vliet was 10 of 23, 5 for 13 from 3 for 33 points, right? And Gary Trent was 6 of 14, 4 for 8 from 3. They shot 29.5% from 3. And on top of all of that, they played 9 players. All 5 of their starters played 40 minutes or more, right? Chris Boucher played 18 minutes. Precious Achua played 20 minutes. And the other 2 players that played 7 minutes and 3 minutes respectively. And they beat us. And we complained about Tom Thibodeau playing people half to death. The Raptors basically ran a 7-man rotation yesterday. Basically.
The
Right?
only
They
difference
shot
is they didn't have a back to back. We did. They having a back to back tonight though, so they might be gassed.
right.
Yeah.
But the point that I'm getting at is when you hold a team to 39.6% from the floor, 29.5% from 3, you should beat that team, bro.
And that's where my issue is we not deep enough team where we have to play our starters because when you play McBride and Ihart, you're getting run off the floor. Basically,
Right.
quick at the top of your bench has to carry you. And even Obi, even I have questions about some nights. So it's
Right.
basically quickly and when we do 9 minutes, it's basically quickly is your bench.
Right.
Quickly
It's
or quickly starting it like it's we
We
need
have
depth.
we have
But
six. We
depth.
have like 6 starting caliber players, and then the fall off after the seventh, eighth, ninth guy in our rotation is very steep.
Yeah, 1 through 6, 1 through 7 were deep. 8, 9, 10, or eight, yeah,
awful.
8, 9, 10 is trash.
Yeah.
It's
Not
bad.
NBA players.
And what's even annoying about it is then you have $40 million worth of 3 players in the bench with Cam, Fournier, and Rose, who aren't even playing minutes at all.
At all. Right.
And that's $40 million. That's max deal.
Right.
And
We
And
that's
thought coming into this year that we would have depth,
too much
but
depth.
right, and
For, yeah, Fournier's trash as usual defensively, and the shot's not there, and he
right.
hasn't been good. So what's the point of playing him? Cam isn't a hard enough worker, and it's too laxy days to go too chill, so we ain't playing him. And Derrick Rose
No.
is washed.
Yeah.
So to
Yeah.
me, it's move Cam, do like Cam and Obi for 2 rotation players. Send them to San Antonio or send them to Charlotte or something and get 2 rotation players in this team. Top because I think this team is we could do it like a second round team. I think we're literally one star player away from being a championship contender with this team. 1 star. But
And
right
you said
now,
contender. You said championship contender. Chat. Don't take what Joe said and then mix it all up like Joe said the Knicks can win a championship.
no, I'm saying one star, one all-star top player away from being a contender.
A contender is what Joe said.
And what I'm saying is right now, I believe with 2 more rotation pieces, we can be a team that make the second round.
Right. And that makes us 1 piece away from being a contender.
And that makes us 2 rotation players away from being a second round. And then also, basically, if you want to put it, 2 bottom of the rotation players away and a superstar away from being a contender.
Yeah.
And it's not that far, especially when you have 11 first round picks over the next 7 years, and you have $40 million sitting rotten on the bottom of your bench that is not even playing. It's just waiting for that star to come. But as of right now, try and make the second round, and maybe move some of these players you have at the bottom rotation on a pick or something to get a rotation player or 2 in to make that second round. That's what I believe. Like, go make 2 trades. Bring in Eric Gordon and bring in McDaniels. And there you go. There's a deeper team that can make the second round.
Right.
And I'm wholeheartedly agreeing with the Jalen McDaniels move. Is it Jalen or Jaden? There's 2 different ones. The brothers.
Well, one's with Minnesota, right? And the other one
is in Minnesota.
Right. Yeah. And the thing we need dire is the rangy, low usage wing that can play some defense, because we run into these teams and we're just out. We're literally trying to overcompensate for a lack of length on a play to play basis. Like, we have to be the craftiest team in the NBA to get our shots off. I wouldn't doubt we lead the league in floaters, like by far.
Let's say Brunson, Randall, and RJ, they're paying taxes on their bodies for the lack of depth in this team, and that's going to, like, I'm worried, like Brunson and Randall and RJ, like the 3 of them is basically carrying this team. 3 best players are carrying the team like they should, but they shouldn't be playing 45 minutes in an overtime game. They shouldn't be playing 40 minutes every night. They should be playing that 32 to 35 minutes. And we're in tighter games than we should be. Like, we should have blew out the Pacers the other game. We should have blew out Detroit the other game. But no, these guys are playing 40-something minutes because when we put our bench in, the bench blows the lead.
It's kind of funny because when you look at, like, the landscape of the league, other teams that have, like, stars or pretty good players, they're not playing 38, near 40 minutes a night as of the last 20 games. Like, our main guys, as far as Brunson and Randall, they're pushing their 40. They're top 10 in the NBA in minutes per game. And, like, if you look around teams like Memphis Grizzlies, Ja Morant plays 32 minutes a night. Jaren Jackson plays 26 minutes a night. Like,
wow.
Steven Adams plays 26 minutes a night. Dylan Brooks just plays 30. Desmond Payne just plays 30. And it's
because they're blowing out, or they're closing out games early where guys can sit in the fourth quarter. Our problem is
it's not even that. Like, not even that. Just that, Joe. Like, I've watched maybe the last 5 or 6 Grizzlies games. All their guys, like, in the first quarter, Jaren Jackson plays 5 minutes and then they take him out. Then they bring him in at the beginning of the second quarter, and then they run him. Then they take him out. It's like they're like super calculated with their minutes and trying to maximize what they can get out of certain guys, because they're winning games, but they're not blowing everyone out.
Yo, I'm looking at defensive rating in the NBA, right?
Right.
Just the defensive rating, and some of these guys don't play enough minutes, but they qualify, right? The top, okay, so Koloko is leading at 104.6. Then George Hill, who doesn't get enough minutes. Trey Mann. Oh, every time I hear the name Trey Mann, I hear harps from heaven, bro. You know how, like, them? Oh, that's what I hear every time I hear Trey Mann name, bro.
Which is kind of funny because OKC is actually a terrible defensive team.
Yes, they're terrible. But you know who's a good defensive team? Memphis, right? And
Right.
Memphis they have two guys in the top 10, Dylan Brooks and Brandon Clark. If you had to guess what Nick would be in the top 10 in defensive rating, who would you guess?
IQ?
Would you guess? Would you guess Mitchell Robinson
No.
or Quentin
I mean,
Grimes?
I would guess Mitchell Robinson because he's so integral to this defense, but it's actually IQ.
I would say Grimes too.
It's actually Emmanuel Quickly, bro.
It is.
It's Emmanuel Quickly, and Emmanuel Quick, and you can't say that he doesn't get enough minutes because Knicks fans know that this dude plays 27 minutes a game,
Mm-hmm.
bro. What I'm saying to you is the reason why Quickly is getting calls, and there are no calls for say anybody else, because Emmanuel Quickly has the potential to be a dynamic two-way player. And I would have never, ever thought I'd utter those words at the beginning of the season. Hey, and Joe, and you know what the kicker is? The kicker is if this was 10 games in, or 20 games in, or 30 games in, or 40 games in, I'd be like, nah, that's a fat nah, man. But Joe, we halfway through the season already.
And that's why I think Quickly should be starting, but I understand why not, because if you put Quickly in a starting lineup and you move Grimes to the bench, you have no offense in your bench.
Right. Right.
Unless we were to perfectly stagger our guys, which we probably won't, because some teams, like for instance, Atlanta isn't playing well, but they make sure they start the 2 point guards, but they make sure one is on the court at all times.
All times, yeah.
And
I'm sorry,
I don't
y'all.
think
Memphis
staggerment
has
is the
three
greatest.
dudes. Memphis
I think
has
Jaren
three
has to
dudes.
be up there. Jaren has
Who?
to be up there.
No, he's
Jaren
not.
Jackson.
A
He's
dude
not?
named John Conchar.
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 Mm-hmm.
Conchar.
So it's
He's
him,
good.
Brandon
He's a
Clark, and Dylan
shooter.
Brooks.
He's a shooter.
Yeah, man.
I think some defensive metrics can be skewed in smaller sample sizes for guys that don't play like starters minutes.
Right.
Because if you were to look at like who's the betting favorite for defensive player of the year at the moment,
Right.
it's actually
Joel Embiid. It got to be
no, it's actually
Nick
Jaren Jackson.
Claxton.
No, it's
Jaren
Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Per 36, he's averaging like 5 blocks a game.
Wow. Wow.
He just doesn't play a ton of minutes, but when he's on the court, like it's a no-fly zone in the paint.
Right.
They
He's
can't play
wondering
him
how
a
to
ton
not
of minutes
foul.
either because his knees are like I love Jar Jackson's game, but man, just the
He started.
injuries
He
he's
missed.
had.
He's injury prone, but like he had like a procedure for a stress fracture in his foot, and now he's
Okay.
like playing back to backs now. But they're still monitoring his minutes, which is why he only plays 28 minutes instead of
Yeah.
30 plus.
Okay.
Thank
But
God he's not on the Knicks. He'd be playing 40 minutes. He'd be playing 40 minutes
oh no,
without the
his career would have been over already.
Already.
His body would have been broken down completely.
And that's what worries me, man, with this team going forward. I'm waiting for Brunson to go down again. Just waiting with these minutes he's playing.
Right.
You need to get some depth in here because I do understand like people are killing Tibbs about the minutes, but I understand that he wants to win games and the bottom of his bench is trash. So that's why I think they do need to pull some sort of trade soon, or like for not a
Usually,
big trade, as they said, like a small trade for rotation pieces, because I'm worried that you lose Brunson, that this season's gone then.
it's kind of funny because the playing kind of pushes back teams is like operating, like how they're going to operate as far as trades, because teams think they're still in it because they're playing a lot further along than what they should be.
Right.
And that's funny
So
to me because you have me a guy that's already maybe possibly if he stays healthy is going to be a
Let's
Hall
see.
of Famer at the top of the draft, and another Hall of Famer possibly that's going second is Scoot Henderson. So you have a deep draft this year, but teams are still going for that play-in, which I like it.
And
It's more competitive, but it just it kills us then because it makes it harder to make a trade that we need.
this
Hey,
this
yeah,
this
hey, can y'all see
this
that? Can y'all see this on the screen? I just want to make
yeah,
sure. Can
yeah,
y'all
I can
see
see it.
NBA.com? And y'all
Yeah.
see the defensive rating column, right?
Hmm.
All right. And I mean, quickly, so I don't know what Sherwin is talking about. Sherwin's talking about Nick Claxton. What
Oh,
am I
he was
putting?
saying like the leader, like the odds on leader or something like that.
Oh, for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Claxton is the leader in defensive rating. No, according to NBA.com, this is the site that I have right here. I have it. You see the NBA logo on it. And
Uh-huh.
in the defensive rating column is Christian Coloco, George Hill, Trey Mann, Emmanuel Quickly.
No, what he was saying, Nicholas Claxton is for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I
Nah,
guess maybe.
that's
No,
not what he
oh
said.
no,
This is
no.
this is what he said right here.
Oh, the
Claxton is the
defensive rating.
leader
Oh,
in
okay.
defensive rating. And I have defensive rating right here in front of us.
Maybe he's looking at stat news
You're
because there's
wrong
different
again,
kind of.
Sherwin. Wrong again, my man.
But this is why I'm putting or why Jaron Jackson is the odds on betting favorite at the moment for it.
Okay.
Jaron Jackson already has 9 games this season with 5+ blocks. That's nearly a quarter of all 5+ block performances this year, and he's only played 27 games. He
Bro.
he's you remember how Serge Ibaka was like on the weak side help, how he used to just destroy everything as far as weak side help
Like
towards the rim.
Rasheed Wallace did with the Pistons.
He's doing that,
Yeah.
but even it's probably more magnified now because pacing is up. So
Right.
he's gonna get more opportunities to stack up these blocks and protect the rim. Yeah, he's using StatMuse. StatMuse
I saw
quantifies it
Stat
a little
Muse
bit
first.
different. Oh, go
I
ahead.
saw StatMuse first, but StatMuse has a disclaimer on their thing that they do theirs different.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
there's
So
different
instead of going by
qualifiers.
a random website that's admit they do it different, I go to the official NBA stat
NBA,
tracker.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just going by the official NBA stat tracker. That's all. Ain't
Yeah.
no harm. But the thing about it is, Sharon. The thing about it is I'm not. I'm showing proof, not because I think I want to prove you wrong. I'm just showing proof that I didn't just make this stat up, just pull this out of the blue. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you'll hear something sourced and nobody or you somebody hear a resource, but nobody sources it. But this right here is right here in black and white in front of us. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to it. Yeah, man. So Joe, you would be interested in adding Josh Richardson
Yeah.
and you mentioned two other people I forgot, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I said McDaniels out of Charlotte, and then Eric Gordon's one that I heard that's out there. I'm kind of looking at good, solid, like playoff rotation players that are on the tanking teams.
Right.
Because it kind of this year with a lot of teams being so close in both conferences, got play in and records being so tight, I think very few teams are actually going to bottom out. So it's a harder pool than to pull teams that are going to start trading off players. And I'm looking at the Spurs, Detroit, Charlotte, Rockets, like the bottom dwellers, the teams at the
Right.
bottom that are going to start moving. And I do think if we want to be serious this year, we need to make moves to bring in like the Josh Richardson or Eric Gordon or just or NBA rotation players because I look at iHeart and I look at McBride. They're to me not basketball players in the NBA.
Right.
They're to me G League quality,
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and and they're playing in our rotation, and we don't need that. We need guys that are going to come in and contribute to not only just to take pressure off Randall and take pressure off of Brunson, because I feel the track that they're going on with the minutes they're playing,
Yeah.
closer to the end of the season, they're either going to get hurt or they're going to be burnt out by the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I got a question, Treasy. Not that I'm into it or the idea of it. Would you trade off Rose, Fournier, and whatever contract filler to take the expiring deal
Yes.
of D'Angelo Russell?
Yes. And
And
I
the
would start
deal
him.
that comes off the bench. You would start
No,
him.
and I would start him. Yeah.
Who you starting? Who you putting on? You taking out
D'Lo
Grimes?
Grimes.
and
Yep.
Brunson at the same time?
Yep.
That defense might be rough, though.
Nah. See, the thing is, team defense,
Right?
right? Which one of these players is a great defender? Jalen Brunson or Luka Doncic?
Neither one are.
Well,
But
one,
a team that started that, but a team that started that backcourt had a better defense last year than we did. They finished 7th and we finished 10th. 10th, 11th. Like it was a tie for like 9, 10, and 11. So you could say 9th, you could say 10th, you could say 11th. It was a 3-way tie, but whatever.
But to be fair, the three other guys that they put out there were pretty good defenders. Maxi Kleber's a pretty good defender. Darian Finney-Smith was a pretty good
It's a great defender, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Right.
like
Right.
it'll put us in a situation where,
Randall's
for
a good
instance,
defender. RJ is a decent defender, and I think Mitch is a good defender.
but before we even saw these moves, like putting Grimes in the rotation and having more good perimeter defenders, it would run the risk of putting Mitch in more foul trouble. And because we've seen in the past when we have poor perimeter defense, it puts Mitch on the line.
Yeah.
And and to be absolutely honest, RJ hasn't been playing as well defensively as we would have hoped. He
Right.
still gets blown by a lot. So that would just put more of a strain on Mitchell Robinson to stay out of foul trouble. And
and
Mitchell
I
Robinson is the true
But
key
we
to this
have
defense.
Hartenstein. We got iHeart.
Oh God.
Insert
being a
joke.
basketball player, never mind defender. He don't even have offense anymore.
Right.
Oh, his floaters don't even work no more. Like he came in with the floater working in preseason. I was like, oh, maybe he might have something. Now it's just off.
So Tibbs ruins players, is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, Ihart was in the bottom of the Clippers rotation, and he looked okay, I guess. But remember, his
Clippers fans want him back. Clippers fans want him back, by the way.
They can have him back.
Hey, look, man.
I do BJ Boston for him right now. Hey, Wacko in Brooklyn, thank you for the generous contribution. Tibbs uses quickly just like Brunson. Is it the same with Randall and Obi? Third option RJ plus 20 plus shots, low efficiency is trade bait. Tibbs is garbage. Bem. And Paris Zucker says, Paris Zucker, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Zucker says, Brunson said, make or miss 3, no doubt OT for me.
Okay. Hey, look, man, I trade them Hartenstein. They can give me back Terrence, man.
Yeah, he's there.
What I would do to have a Terrence, man. Yeah, I mean, he's been thrusted back in the rotation with the Clippers because they've decided to full-time bench Reggie Jackson.
Yeah,
like Reggie Jackson is done.
Is washed, and John Wall washed.
Yeah, but like at least John Wall can compete against second units. Like John Wall has been decent against second units. They bench Reggie Jackson to not even have a point guard on the court when they start games at all.
I would say this, bro. A team like that, Emmanuel quickly would go there and be their Tyrese Maxey.
100%,
bro.
He would just be asked to score.
Yeah.
Or be aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah, and he defend point guards, right? None of this guarding up because they have 2 Hall of Fame wing defenders on the roster at the same time.
And a bunch of other wings. Regardless of them, they have like
quickly
3-4
would
more other
only
ones.
guard. So quickly would only guard point guards, bro. and come in and bring offense?
Oh.
So y'all
Man,
trade quickly for Terrence Mann.
No,
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 no.
no. I said Hartenstein for man, but
Clippers
they
that
would never.
Clippers aren't
They,
doing that.
they would never do that. Of course not.
No.
Terrence Mann is making pennies and actually giving like value. Like he's probably one of the most valuable contracts in the league as far as production for how much he's making. He's making like nothing.
Right, right. Yeah, man.
I'll tell you something. To trade our Hartenstein, we're gonna have to do no well, and we're gonna have to package Cam and 2 picks to get rid of him. Call Detroit and be like, "Hey, yo, you want Hartenstein for 2 more picks, or
And
give us Noel back?"
take these second rounders, man.
Now
Yeah.
somebody's interested. Somebody's about to give up a first for Noel.
What? Who?
Who?
Is it the Clippers? Is it the Clippers?
Hell no.
Somebody is interested and may give up a first for Noel, bro.
Why would they do that? Noel's not even playing really for them, and he's on an
I think
expired.
they're protecting him in case they do trade him, so they don't. Because
Yeah,
he's injury prone, so they don't even want to play him.
fragile.
He's getting coaches DMPs.
Yeah,
Coaches
yeah, they
decisions.
tanking, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if they traded Alec Burks, Flip Burks too.
Oh yeah, 100% Burks got to go.
Yeah, I heard
But
they're looking for protected first for him. That's what I did hear.
Yeah,
Which kind of bothers me because we could have traded him for protected first last year. Instead, we threw him in just to get off of money. I get it. You needed to package him with picks to get off of Noel's deal, but I felt like we could have got like a heavily protected first or something for Burks.
right.
another note. Raptors would require multiple unprotected firsts to even consider trading OG. While that could be like posturing, you must be out of your mind if I'm gonna give up like whatever it took to get DeJounte Murray for OG. Like OG is good, but relax, relax.
Relax. Yeah,
Like
Was that
I just saw him last. I just saw him last afternoon. Relax.
yeah.
was that the
Easy, big
Windhorse?
fella.
Windhorse. Some of these guys were saying that OG be a hot commodity. That any team that's for 9 to 1st in each conference, basically 18 teams, it'd be all in on OB or OG because everybody loves OG. That it would get to the point that it could cost a Donovan Mitchell like package because the price will go up because we have bidding war
Right.
or close to like Donovan. I think just maybe like four picks and maybe a young player or something like that. But no, I'm not doing that for OG. Like I do Obi Toppin, I do Obi Cam and 2 picks, but that's as far as I'm going for OG.
Mhm,
Right.
mhm.
Right. I ain't
Yeah,
even go, man.
I was gonna say last night. It said Piston receiving trade interest for Bojan Bogdanovic, Alec Burks, Sadiq Bey, and Nerlens Noel.
Right. That's
The
crazy.
team
Now
is
that
setting a high price
Sadiq Bey,
for Sadiq
Sadiq
Bey.
Bey is someone I would be interested in. I liked him in college, and I think this year he's having a bad year, but he looked good for the first 2 years.
Okay.
I would trade for Sadiq Bey in a heartbeat.
I
Wow.
like Sadiq Bey.
He's a 3-4 wing that can shoot.
When you
I
gonna
mean,
play
that's
him
where
at?
the league is progressing. He probably have to come off the bench the
When
way
you gonna
Yeah,
play
teams.
him at?
you put him on the bed. That's what I mean. Like a good rotation piece, and he's still young that he can grow with the team, or he's a trade piece down the line for a star because he's
Okay.
valued. It's like
Right.
move Cam in a pick. Because I know Detroit have interest in Cam. There was talks of Cam being moved when we were thinking about going up for Jaden Ivey in the draft.
Right.
Because I know they like Cam and their GM, Troy Weaver. He loves them long wings. So I think I'd move that one of the protected picks to get Sadiq Bey and you put him in the rotation and there's another piece to go quickly off
I'm
the bench.
I'm I'm starting Sadiq Bey, bro.
Who you benching though?
Grimes.
You bench Grimes and RJ goes RJ goes back to
Right.
the 2, Sadiq
To
goes to the
two.
3, right?
Right. And see, I like Grimes. I like Grimes, right? But I don't want to get it twisted. I like Grimes, but Grimes does still have room for growth. But with Sadiq Bey, what you do, and this is the slick part about the Sadiq Bey thing. With Sadiq Bey on the floor, people don't like to play with him all the time because Sadiq Bey is a very, very, very high IQ player. And my mind it reminds you of when Shane Battier and Tracy McGrady played together. Like Tracy McGrady is an excellent player and was a very smart player. But Shane Battier was high IQ and disciplined, right? Like when the Rockets would be up by 8, right? The Rockets would be up by 8, and time and score. Aaron Brooks would get a rebound. He'd try to push it and try to get to the rim. And Shane Battier be like, easy, slow down. Let's just get the ball to Yao. You know what I'm saying? Why do we need why do we need a poster slam dunk right here when we could just kick it inside the Yao? We have a Yao Ming. And so yesterday, and I draw this example to yesterday, in a very close game, Randall jocked out the guards to try to do too much. And he basically lost us the game yesterday. Basically.
The
I think the
isolation.
officiating lost us the game. But that spin where Randall tried to spin and lost the ball off the back of his foot, and they got the run out at the other end, Sadiq Bey is on the floor. He's going to get the ball from Randall. Easy, big fella. Easy. We need a basket. We don't need a highlight. In this moment, a layup off the square is just as good as a slam dunk with ferocity. They both are worth 2 points. And what it is teams nowadays don't have high IQ players that are disciplined. You need a coach on the floor, and if we can get one that young, I mean, he's not a spring chicken, right? But he is a very smart player, and he's from Villanova.
You're making the team bigger too because he's long, he's girth, he can he's strong enough to go inside and he can hit the three.
Right.
So you're going, small guy Brunson with then 3 big dudes around him and RJ at the 2, Sadiq at the 3, around at the 4, Mitch the 5. It's a good size.
And Sadiq Bey is switchable. He can guard 3s and 4s. Listen,
I was gonna respond like I think Ivory's mentioning in the chat like he doesn't shoot well. That could be a product of it being a bad basketball team and him having to do too much. Like the best player on that team right now is Bojan Bogdanovic.
It's the role that the Pistons put him in. And
to keep shooting, like he doesn't have to. There is no quality shots on that team being generated on a game-to-game basis.
Right.
So they rely on threes a ton.
Right.
And Bojan Bogdanovic is literally their best player, and he's hurt right now.
Right. And so Sadiq Bey for his career is a 35% three-point shooter. His rookie year, he shot 38%, and then 34%, and then now 33%. So you know what that tells us, right? That tells us it has nothing to do with Sadiq Bey. This has everything to do with a suspect old coach who don't know what he's doing. Can't create shots. Because the thing about it is you can't say Sadiq Bey can't shoot and then you're going to give the green light to Beef Stew? Who's another, bro, I would trade Obi for Beef Stew right now. I'll break the news to him. Yeah, for Isaiah Stewart.
Ain't he a Mount Vernon product anyway? I think he's a Mount Vernon kid.
Yeah, he's Mount Vernon.
Talking about for a man child?
Dude, that boy's a dog. He went at LeBron James in a game.
Yes.
He didn't care.
Yes. You think Scotty Barnes would have did what he did yesterday with Isaiah Stewart on the floor?
No, Isaiah Stewart would have bit his hand off. He pointed out his face.
Now, I'm not saying that Dre likes the choir boys, right? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Dre likes the Isaiahs and the Jerichos and the Emmanuels and all of that. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying is I think what we're missing is some toughness. I think right now, to be honest with you, I think we're trying to neuter Julius Randle. You know what I'm saying? Julius Randle, stop flying off the handle. You know what I'm saying? Come on, what do you want here? You want to win? Or you want to win? Or you trying to get to heaven? I would rather get to heaven than win a championship, but y'all understand what I'm getting. Y'all understand what I'm getting at, man. My thing is Joe, could we do a deal where we could get Sadiq Bey and Isaiah Stewart?
I was just thinking that Chip give them Obi, give them Cam, and give them maybe a pick. And there you go. You give us deep beef stew on Sadiq Bey.
Hey,
Yo, they got
man.
to throw in. Give me Alec Burks back too. We need bench depth. Maybe that's a little bit of a mistake us moving him because we could probably use him off the bench right now.
I would say, man, if we get Sadiq Bey and Isaiah Stewart, I know they would want first round picks back. And what I would do, I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. This is what I would do. I would give them Dallas's picks with no protection on it. Then I would give them Fournier and Dallas's pick for beef stew and Sadiq Bey.
I'm not mad at that.
See,
I
the
don't think
thing
they'll
is,
do that, but I'm not mad at it.
Fournier has the rest of this season and next year on his deal, and they're not going to want that money.
Right, but we also
Is it Fournier's like partially guaranteed or is it completely guaranteed?
no, that's the year after. He's partially guaranteed.
Oh,
It's a player option the year after, so it's basically this year, next year, and then it goes into a player option, or not a player option, team option.
Team option.
So
Right.
we can
Right.
decline that. So basically,
Right.
next year he's an expiring, but the only way you try and get something for Fournier or fair trade is going to a contender that wants to win. No, Detroit or none of these guys are going to want to take Fournier and sit with his money when they ain't trying to win games.
Unless we offer them something so sweet that they can't pass it up. Unless we offer them Dallas's pick. If we offer them Dallas's first round pick, which right now is projecting to be
In the 20s, like
in
us.
the early 20, but like with Dallas's pick, one of those picks, they could either go get Chris Murray or G.G. Jackson. Bro, G.G. Jackson is a stud, bro.
I like Chris Murray, but G.G. Jackson has a higher ceiling.
G.G. Jackson is a stud. And my sleeper right now is a cat named Taylor Hendricks. I'm saying his name right now. Y'all hearing it from me first. Right? Because when I was saying Ben Mathurin name, people were laughing at me. Ben? What kind of name is Ben for a basketball player? Right? Clowning me, right? But I'm saying,
I think he's from UCF, isn't he?
Yes.
They make so many long wings out of that school.
Yes, man. Man, this kid, Taylor Hendricks, if the Knicks get him, bro, if the Knicks get G.G. Jackson or Taylor Hendricks, y'all are gonna see me back off the Randall Love, bro. But Uncle Freezer, you love Randall. Not as much now as I did before we got G.G. Jackson. Yeah.
If G.G. Jackson comes here, somebody got to move.
Somebody got to go immediately.
Obadiah top going to be out the door.
Yeah.
Obi, like I don't even hate Obi, but for Obi's sake, he needs to go to another team where he could actually spread his wings.
Yeah, Obi got to get out of here. He need to go play with a veteran team like him. You need to put Obi on a team with veterans.
He just needs to be on a team where he can get 25 minutes, just 25.
Yo, who's gonna give Obi Toppin 25 minutes a game?
A bad team.
Detroit, Houston, all the teams at the bottom that don't. Well, I suppose Houston have a power forward, but I'm like the Spurs would. A team like
the Spurs would. Yeah.
Charlotte would. He get 35 minutes with Charlotte. Him playing running the floor with LaMelo.
With LaMelo, yeah.
There's teams like he can have a good career. It's just the right team. I think right now he's probably better off going to a young team that's rebuilding for a year or two, and then his career will go from there. Because if he goes to another team that wants to try and win something or try and compete like us, he's just going to be at the bottom of the bench.
Yeah. But Obi, we won't be able to even get anything for Obi because John Collins is on the trading block. And Jay Crowder is on the trading block.
You'd have to give up a lot more for a John Collins. Like, to be absolutely honest, if we were to sell Obi or whatever, you probably could get like a protected first or late protected first for
From who?
worse things from somebody. I
From
mean, we
from who?
gave up. What did we give up for Cam?
Oh man, we gave up the worst protection pick ever. That's the worst
Oh,
mistake this front office ever made. Was that trade back in the draft? Man, that was the stupidest thing. But it just make my mind hurt just thinking
Well,
about it, man.
that thing's not going to convey. Like Atlanta moved that to get hard in the deal with John Tavares, but that trade's because Charlotte are already tanking, and
Yeah,
that thing by next year, if it doesn't, not in this draft, but next year's draft, if it doesn't convey by next year's draft, it turns to 2 seconds.
yeah.
So they're not going to convey into first really unless Charlotte. And I think the thing is top 14 protected, so there's no way Charlotte are making the playoffs within either this year or next year.
Right.
I like someone that Ivory mentioned, Najee Marshall.
You like
I do
Najee
like
Marshall?
Najee Marshall. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he doesn't have like the highest ceiling or anything like that, but
So what does he do?
when a bunch of the wings goes down, when a bunch of the wings on the Pelicans go down, he steps in and fills in. He can score a bit.
Okay.
He's basically 3-and-D with a little bit of guard skills. He's a
So
bit
he's like Trey.
6'7".
He's like Trey Murphy.
Trey Murphy is more of a high volume 3-point shooter.
And Trey Murphy
Najee
it
Marshall,
does have guard skills though.
yeah, he does have guard skills, but Najee Marshall kind of focuses on attacking the paint a little bit more. He can shoot,
Okay.
but
Okay.
he's also a really solid defender, and he's big. He's 6'7", wingspan.
Right.
It wouldn't cost you a lot. Like whenever the Pelicans start to get more healthy, he becomes expendable
Okay.
because the Pelicans have like 8 guys that are 6'5" to like 6'8", 6'9" with long wingspans. Like Dyson Daniel is going to be a player in this league.
Yes.
He's going to be a player. They brought him in. I want to say I think he shut down Harden a couple weeks ago. Like he's good defensively. His offense needs to come around, but he's good defensively. Like he's no
And
front.
they're going to add another piece too because the Lakers are going to give them a top 7, top 8 pick too in this draft.
Yeah, man.
So the Pelicans, like that, people thinking, oh, Zion's still a possibility. He ain't going nowhere. They locked him up in a deal and they building a team around him.
Yeah, and I could see them. And right now, Tankathon has them projected to draft Cam Whitmore out of Villanova.
I want Cam Whitmore so bad, man.
Bro, the rich get richer, right?
I don't know. As the season goes along, Cam Whitmore is gonna go a little bit higher in the top 10, in my opinion.
I don't
think
see
he
him
ends up.
going over the
I
Thompson
think
twins, Brandon Miller.
no.
or Nick
I
Smith.
think he ends up maybe 6 or 7,
Okay.
in my opinion. But Cam Whitmore reminds me of like Miles Bridges with more guard skills.
Yeah.
He's
The
not
Lakers,
awkward. He's not awkward dribbling the ball, basically.
And he's got size to him, bro.
Yeah, 6'7",
the
tanky build.
the Lakers
Hyper
could give him
athletic
that high of a pick. I think the Lakers
Say it
pick right now. I think the Lakers pick right now is 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's
9
the pick he
it's 9
was
at the
talking
moment.
about. Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's
That's
9
the
at the
pick he was
moment.
talking
But
about.
yeah.
It's 9. It could be. Well, yeah.
It
Well,
could fall, but it could. What the Joe was making is it could be anywhere in that range, up or down, up or down. It don't matter.
And they could be a team, bro, that could actually look to trade up because they got hella picks for the Drew Holiday trade and still from the Lakers picks for the next couple of years. So they could be a team like, do you know what? We're one piece away from a championship. There's no superstar coming available. They could go all in and trying to get into that top 5 in a trade.
Yeah.
Trying to get one of the Thompson twins, trying to get Scoot. Imagine if they got Scoot.
Oh my God.
NBA is over for the next 10 years because you
my
imagine
God.
Zion, Scoot, Brandon Ingram.
Right. I think they're trying to save. I think they're trying to save San Antonio right now. San Antonio seems like they always get the generational big.
San Antonio's gonna get somebody though. Somebody good.
They're gonna get San Antonio
They
probably.
could get they'll be up there. Or I wouldn't be. Well, what's Utah? Utah doing pretty well. They haven't started tanking yet. I think they've lost a couple of games, but they're not as bad.
They're at 13.
They're not. Yeah, they're not that close unless they were to blow it up right now, like right now.
Right.
But they're still trying to campaign to get what's his name at the All-Star game in
So
Utah.
they have
Laurie
Brooklyn's pick
Marketing.
at 27, and what's the player Donovan Mitchell's best friend they traded to Brooklyn?
Royce
What do you
O'Neal?
Royce O'Neal. So they have Brooklyn's pick from that trade, right? And then they also have their own pick right now where they're picking 15. And then they also have the 13 pick from Minnesota. So they have 3 first-round picks this year.
And that's what's good for the goose is good for the gander. They say in my country when it comes to Donnie Ince, because he tried fleecing us
Yeah.
when it comes to the trade because he wanted to get Victor, and now he got too good of a trade. He got a bunch of bum picks, but he got too many good players in
Too
that
many
team.
good
But
players.
one of them turned into an all-star, so he doesn't have Victor.
Right.
So do you know what? I'm very happy. I'm happy that
But
Utah are where they're at.
would you package though? Would you package 27, 15, and 13 to move up to like 5?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
If I had the Knicks, I had them picks. I'm the Knicks. Whatever picks we have, I'm trying to move 2 picks this year to get up as high as possible in this draft.
In this draft, I'm trading everyone and picks, bro. And picks. You
Get
know,
up.
my dream is to get the Thompson twins. Right?
So we're gonna make the playoffs, and then you could be like, all right, Brunson, Randall, RJ, you're all gone because I need the twins.
Grimes, Obi, Cam, and listen, all we have to do is Cam's a restricted free agent, right? Cam will be a restricted free agent after the season. So I would do a sign and trade with Cam, everything, bro. Everybody can go. I'd be like, hey, Joe Madden is a good guy, man. Yeah, but Joe Madden would be in a deal. Yo, I'd be like, I really like Dre, man. But if y'all want Dre, man, you can have him. As long as I get these Thompson twins, bro.
If you're the Knicks, you need to make sure you're drafting both of them, not one of them, because the way the Knicks go, one of them be an all-star and one of them be out of the league in 2 years.
And the other one would be an alcoholic on TMZ.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And you would hope not. You would hope we just joking, bro. But
no, that's the truth. If the Knicks were able to get one of the Thompson twins, the one we drafted to be a draft bust and out of the league in 3,
one will be won't be Klay Thompson, won't be Michael Thompson.
Yeah, basically.
Or Blake Griffin compared to whatever Blake
Taylor
Griffin's brother
Griffin.
was.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, how do you like Jet Howard?
I haven't seen too much of him. I do like his potential.
He's a 6'8" guard, right? Every time I see him, he looks like a 6'5" guard, bro.
He doesn't look 6'8", but
nah,
I think
he doesn't.
I think
move like
he has the
6'8".
wingspan though.
Okay.
He has a wingspan to make up for it, but it's kind of a crapshoot. Where is he projected to go? Let me look at a mock draft real quick.
12 to Portland.
Do y'all ever see the kid Bronson Miller out of Alabama?
Yeah. Oh my God.
He moved up the board fast. I know he was going late lottery. Now he's saying top 5. And him, like, he's 6'10", like 3'4". That is hitting
Alabama
shots up. Step back, fadeaways, crazy.
I was gonna say Alabama has a ton of like NBA caliber athletes. Like they might not get up in the first round, but they're gonna be drafted in the second round or late first, or even be like they're gonna have a couple dudes that are just undrafted just because they have the physical traits for the league where the league is headed right now. They just have a ton of athletes that are about 6'6", 6'7", 6'8".
Right, bro. They man. There are some sleepers in the draft, man, that I like. I like Oscar Schwebe. I like him as an energy big off the bench. I don't know about Leonard Miller, but I think we'll be able to look at him. Leonard Miller may be available when we pick. Baba Miller, the Jonathan Isaac looking dude out of Florida State.
Right.
He's a project. but I understand. Um, I don't know, bro.
I,
I
you
wouldn't
might
gamble on Amani
it might
Bates.
be kind Imani Bates. Ah, the thing about Imani Bates is he has one. Well, he has a hell of a good trait, which is the ability to create his own shot at any point. But he
Right.
quite possibly does nothing else on the basketball court that is acceptable to the NBA level at this point in
Nothing.
his development. So
Nothing.
it's at this point he's what he's like is he 6'8", 6'8", negative
6'6".
wingspan,
Yeah.
rail throwing, like he won't be able to create the shots he does at the college level at the next
I
level.
think it's the opposite, bro. I think he is
I don't know.
Lonzo Trier. I think he is.
But Lonzo Trier not in the league.
No, no, no. I'm talking about. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm talking about the style of play.
Right,
I
right,
think he
gotcha.
is. You know what? I think he's Cam Reddish.
But at least Cam Reddish had the wingspan and like more fluid athleticism. Like this, he's you know who he kind of reminds me of. He reminds me of a bigger Bones Highland, with
Yeah,
not quicker, but not as quick as Bones or crafty as
twitchy.
Bones. Yeah,
I
he
don't
Yeah,
know.
plays like a
This
bigger Bones Highland.
it feels for me it's harder to get in the draft to figure out like or to get invest in the draft like I've done in recent years. Like focus coming into draft year because I just have a feeling if they can't trade up, what are they going to do? They're going to ship them picks out for more protected picks down the road for that star trade. They're just going to keep gathering more
right.
if they can't move.
Yo, is Noah Clowney related to? He from the same. He went to Dorman. Yo, that got to be his cousin or something. Jadavion Clowney.
You think he's related to Javarion?
They went to the same high school. They got the same last name.
And they gotta be.
They got to be some kind of relation, right?
Oh, according to premise, so Noah Clowney and Javarion Clowney are not related.
Not related,
They just have similar names.
and from the same place.
Right. Yeah.
That's weird, bro. Because I've never met. I don't even know another Clowney. Never even heard of
I,
another last name
I
Clowney.
I just did a quick Google.
Maybe a Clooney,
It's
but not a Clowney, bro.
like it's crazy. If you name like a bunch of, like, if you could throw a rock and name like a random 6'8" wing, it's like a 1 in 5 chance he's coming out of Alabama.
Right, right, right.
It's Alabama or UCF. That's it.
Yeah,
Wing University right there.
man, bro, this is nuts, bro. This
I
draft,
I don't see them trading Herb Jones at all. Najee is the more
nah,
expendable one because he's older. Herb Jones,
nah.
like, Herb Jones may have regressed offensively a bit this year, but his defensive metrics are absolutely ridiculous. He's going to be their like premier stopper on defense.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
Najee
one.
is a little bit
That was
older and
one
he's gonna
our big
go.
mistake. That was one of our big mistake. Oh yeah, let's trade back and take this dude out of Europe and Deuce McBride over Herb Jones. That's
and
one of
in
our big
between
mistakes.
those two picks
And
is
right in
Herb
between them.
Jones.
I
Classic
think
Knicks, bro.
oh, man, God. And
That's
Tibbs
classic
would have
Knicks,
loved
bro.
Tibbs would have loved a guy like him. He would have
Yeah,
I'm
loved.
surprised he wasn't banging on the door for him
right.
because the defense was good in college. The defense was excellent in college. The offense that people worried about.
I think Tibbs is
I'm
biased to short defensive guards. That's what it is.
No, I don't want big
nowadays he
time wins.
is.
Yeah, that he wants these 6'1", 6'2" guards that can defend the perimeter, but that's it.
Right.
Instead of
Because
getting like joining with what the league is doing, and they're looking for these switchable wings, 6'7" to 6'9" wings that can guard 3, 4 positions, and that's what
Yeah.
Herb Jones is. I mean, that's what he was in college in
I,
Alabama.
I, I, yeah, and you know what? I think this year the Knicks expected to get something out of Cam.
And
That's why they
nothing.
didn't. That's why they didn't keep Usman Jing or trade back in the first round to get. Because think about it. In theory, the Knicks could have traded back and left the draft with Tari Eason and Kendall Brown. Right? Would they have given you something right away? Who knows? They would have gave you more than Cam is giving you right now.
Which is nothing.
Right.
Usman Jang is a super duper project, so I don't believe Tibbs would get.
So I'm kind of
use him.
happy.
Herb Jones, my fault, Joe, but Herb Jones is ready made defensively immediately, like defensive.
But he played 9 years at Alabama, bro. Herb Jones is gonna Herb Jones, like, to his credit, I'm not discounting his ability. What I'm saying is, for a 4-year player, he took advantage of those 4 years or 3
Right.
years or whatever it was. Right. So when he got to the NBA, he could do 3 things well: max effort, defend multiple positions, and knock down open shots. I noticed I didn't say create shots. So knock down open shots. In our case, we took a 4-year guy in Obi, and Obi got here, and
Obi spent 2 years in prep school and then 1 year on the bench. So technically, he was just a 22-year-old 1-year college player.
yeah, he redshirted at Dayton. And here's the thing. He could have went to Alabama. Anthony Grant recruited him to Alabama to play with Herb Jones and Colin Sexton. Right? My man chose to go to Dayton with Anthony Grant. And here we are.
I think he went to go be the big fish in a little pond at Dayton. That's why.
And now
That's
he's
why,
a very
right.
tiny fish in the world's most famous pond.
And it worked though for him because it boosted his
Got him to
draft
the
stock.
league.
He went got him to the league. If he went to Alabama, he'd have been a 2nd-round pick.
Yeah,
He would have been just another guy.
He would have
another
been. He would
athlete.
have been Jacob Toppin. Yeah,
Jacob's coming out this year,
I'll
but what's
kill
he
you.
gonna do? End late 2nd round?
he's in the G League right now, or will he be in the G League?
I don't know.
I
Where
think
he
he's
is.
in Kentucky.
Yeah, I think he's at Kentucky, but I hadn't seen him play all year.
No, that's what I mean. I
Exactly.
don't even know if he'll get drafted or late 2nd.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him play all year, and I hadn't been going to Gamecocks games this year. Like, Joe, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't been going to Gamecock basketball games, bro, because for some reason people like to talk timetable rotations 24 hours a day, bro. So I ain't get a chance to go see Kentucky this year because people want to. Uncle Freeze said, "No, you can't go. You got to talk timetable rotations." What rotation? It's only 6 people.
This is starting line.
6.5, 6.25.
Yo,
like brides the quarter.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like every time I think of
McBride's an
rotation,
eighth.
I be thinking when I see timetable rotations, I be thinking, boom, 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 boom. What is it? What is that show? It's like, what is it, 5.5 Men? Or what is it?
2.5 Men.
2.5
Yeah,
men.
that's his rotation, 2.5 Men.
Yeah, after IQ, it is 2.5 Men.
Yeah, man. But fellas, I gotta wrap up right here. I gotta go. I promised everybody I would do Mets it up. So Mets fans, get ready. I'm gonna take a short siesta, right? And then jump back on and do some all Mets stuff. Talk some Mets talk.
Cool.
The way that y'all like to have that Mets talk, y'all. Right?
Joe?
Oh, come on, Freeze. You need to talk some real baseball. Don't talk about the Mets.
Okay.
Real? Oh, wow.
You gotta talk about the Yankees, bro.
Wow.
You can talk about real contender.
So I appreciate that virtual kick in the nuts just now. Appreciate it, bro. It makes me feel alive.
Mets are doing all right. Mets are doing all right. Spending money, they got some players, so they're on the way up.
Yeah, man, we trying.
Mets Nation should be very happy that they got an owner now that's willing to spend some money and bring the team up.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna try to do it in a few minutes, man. Maybe like 3:15. We'll holler at y'all later though. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Thanks, y'all.